Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
The obligation to eat the meal immediately after Kiddush. You just finished saying Beirei Pri Hagafen, everyone drank the wine of Kiddush Friday night, Shabbos day, and we know there's a halacha in Kiddush ela b'makim seuda. A Kiddush is only valid if it takes place prior to a meal, and our question is, so how much time do you have on the clock to begin your meal in order for the Kiddush to be valid? 5 minutes, a half hour? Can I sit and schmooze for 20 minutes and then go wash for a maitzi or eat some mezainis? If we have a very big family until everyone's done saying their Kiddush and washing for us to say a maitzi, 20 minutes has passed, should I just go ahead and wash on my own as soon as I'm done my Kiddush and say a maitzi right away? And what if something came up and delayed us between Kiddush and a maitzi and my yetzi b'diavad? What if I had to step out of the house and return? So in this halacha, we will deal with specifically part A of this question, which is, within how much time must one initially eat the meal or eat mezainis after saying Kiddush? And in Mirz Hashem, in a second lesson, we will deal with all the b'diavad cases of an interval having taken place, or when having switched homes or switched rooms, etc. So we are all aware of the Talmudic dictum recorded in Psachim 101a in the name of Shmuel, and brought as halach in the Shulchanaruch, in the Mechaber, the Alter Rebbe, 273 halacha 1, Ein Kiddush ela b'makim seuda. In order for Kiddush to be valid, the meal must take place afterward. Now, what is defined as a meal? So it's explained in the Poskim, in the Alter Rebbe, 273, 7 through 8, that it's not specifically washing for bread, but even having a kazayis of mezainis or a vias of wine is valid as a meal after Kiddush for the Kiddush to remain valid. Now, what is defined as afterwards? How much time do we have? So it's recorded in the Rishonim and brought the halacha in the Ramah and the Alter Rebbe in 273.5, and likewise in the Sfadi poskim such as the Ben Ish Chai, Kaf HaChaim, and others, that one is required to eat his meal after Kiddush immediately afterwards. That's the lashon, that's the wording in the poskim. The exact Hebrew term used is li'alter, which means right away, meaning that whether one is now washing for bread, or plans on having a mezainis, or plans on drinking a revius of wine, all that must be done. That seuda, which is valid for Kiddush, must be done right away, immediately afterwards. Just in case this term of right away was not understood fully by everyone, the Alter Rebbe, based on previous poskim and Rishonim, continues and writes that one is not to delay eating for even a short time. So even a short delay is forbidden, may not be done, due to the rule that you must have the seuda right after Kiddush. Nonetheless, in truth, what is defined as even a short delay or right away eating? Practically on the clock, how many minutes do I have after Kiddush has been completed to begin my seuda in order to fulfill Kiddush b'makim seuda? Throwing out terms of immediately afterwards, not even a short delay, is extremely subjective if you ask for a definition regarding minutes. For one person, a big delay is only an hour. A short delay is a half hour. So within a half hour, he's okay with delaying it. For another person, right away means within 2 minutes. So practically, how much time do we have on the clock to begin the seuda? So we don't find complete consensus on this matter in the Achreinim who deal with this question of clarification. And the opinions are as follows. First and foremost, Aruch HaShulchan in 273.4 clarifies that certainly doesn't mean a second later. So you don't have to have anxiety to, as soon as you're done Kiddush, to put the food in your mouth. It certainly doesn't mean a second later. There obviously is allowance for some delay. The question is how much. So the K'tzais HaShulchan in 81.3 writes that you have up to 4 minutes. And the basis of his ruling is that since regarding a bracha achreina, if you ate a kazayis within kedei achilas pras, of which we rule is 4 minutes, it counts for a bracha achreina. So therefore here too, you have at least 4 minutes after Kiddush to eat your seuda. Other poskim are less lenient. The Siddur Yavitz writes you have enough time to walk to wash and come back, which is about the amount of time it takes to walk 22 amas, which is approximately 30 seconds. Then we have the Or L'Tzion, who writes that even within a half hour is still considered immediately. And we have poskim in the Birkei Yosef who write that even a delay of 1 to 2 hours is still valid, is still okay. So bottom line, if one doesn't plan right now washing for bread and he's just having a mezainis, he shouldn't delay at all and eat the mezainis right away in order to suspect for the most stringent approach that immediate means within 30 seconds. And at the very least, within 4 minutes, he should eat his kazayas of mezainis. And therefore, it should be prepared already before Kiddush, and everyone have the ability to take it and eat it right away, without delay. And regarding if you are now washing for bread, then one should go right away, wash for bread, and come back without making any delays or interruptions in between. So we can try to get it in within at least 4 minutes. And thus writes the Yavitz in Morukzi, and so the Yavitz, that one is not told any conversations in between, is it delay it until later. Nonetheless, we will now introduce a major practical exception to this rule, which gives some more time for a delay, and you don't have to be worried and have anxiety on the clock that you have to be within your 4 minutes. And that is regarding delays for the purpose of the meal, for matters that pertain to the meal. The Achrayim write, including the Mishnah Brura, the Kaf HaChaim, the Kiddush-How, the Butchacher, and others, that delays that are done for the sake of the meal, pertaining to the meal, are valid, and it's not considered a hefsek, even if it passes more time than the short amount of time that we allowed. Thus, based on this, we can understand that if one has a large family, Baruch Hashem Bli Ayin Hara, and it takes time for everyone to say Kiddush and to wash, and even if it's going to pass the 4-minute mark, it's fine, because this is all pertaining to the Seudah. And therefore there is no need for one of the members of the meal to go ahead to fulfill this mitzvah of eating right away, to circumvent everyone, be the first to wash after Kiddush and say his own Hamaitzi. He can wait for the rest of the family. Although they, of course, are also to wash right away and not talk and interrupt and make intervals. Likewise, based on this, the Mishnah Berurah writes that it's permitted to go to the bathroom between Kiddush and eating in such a situation, even though lichatchila initially one should try to go before Kiddush. Same would apply if a baby has made in his diaper and he's smelling and you would like to change them before the meal, then that is fine, as that is obviously for the need of the meal. So you can say bracha so you can eat without the stench. And likewise from this it's understood that one may also go to a different room for the sake of washing hands, as this too is being done for the sake of the meal. Although nonetheless, as right the Achrayim, it is best lechatchila to wash in the same room as one recited Kiddush and not make a hefsek at all, even for the sake of the meal if possible. So to summarize this halacha, one is required to eat a meal after Kiddush of either kazayis of mezainis, hamaitzi, or revius of wine, and this must be done right away. And the definition of right away, lichatchila, is within 30 seconds or 4 minutes. And more than 4 minutes one should not delay, unless the delay is necessary for the meal, such as waiting for everybody to finish Kiddush and wash, or to go to the bathroom to change a baby, and matters of the like. Hashem, in part 2 of this series, we will discuss what is the halacha b'diavad in the case that one didn't follow the above guidelines and did delay starting his meal, and not due to matters relevant and pertaining to the meal. Is his Kiddush invalid? Must he repeat Kiddush? What is the law? Coming up in part 2 of this series.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.